to give my all. The shadows stretch and slowly creep, while all my promises still sleep. The silence is so very deep, a harvest that I'll never reap. And the fading light upon the wall is answering a final call, so beautifully and sadly small, ready to watch it fall. future starts to bend and fade. A beautiful and sad parade. A memory I chose to save from a lonely silent grave. It's a beautiful grave. It's a sweet decay, the ghost of a forgotten day. I'm glad I watched, I'm glad dusty in the corner now, silent in a final bow. I don't remember when or how I broke that sad and hopeful vow. The strings are loose, the wood is worn, a gentle and a quiet thorn, the ghost of every single morn before the cynic in me was born. And this old guitar just waits for me to set its silent music free. The person that I used to be, a different kind of victory. I run my fingers on the frets, a catalog of past regrets, the tiny plastic silhouettes of all the love a heart forgets. And this old guitar just waits for me to set its silent memory free. The person that I used to be, a sad and beautiful decree. And maybe I will play again someday, in my own quiet, simple way. I have so little left to say, to keep the lonely ghosts at bay. And this old guitar just waits for me to set its silent memory free. The person that I used to be, a quiet-eyed victory. The air is heavy, thick and sweet, the rhythm of a city street is holding its own heartbeat, waiting for the cool retreat. The leaves are turning inside out, a silent and a hopeful doubt. I know what this is all about, a whisper that becomes drop hits the window pane, a silent and a sweet refrain. Here comes a blessed hurricane to wash away the dirt and stain. And I can feel the coming rain, washing away the hurt and pain. I'll never be the same again. I'll never be the same again. I found it folded in a drawer. I'm not the person I was before. I don't know what I'm looking for behind a closed and silent door. It's worn and thin, the color's gone, a quiet and a hopeful dawn. The stage is set, the curtains drawn, for me to finally move on. And this old t-shirt smells like you, a memory that's sadly true. The quiet things we used to do beneath the sky of hazy blue. I pull it on a second skin to keep the quiet feelings in, the virtue of a lovely sin, a place for me to now begin. This old t-shirt smells like you, a memory that's fresh and new. The quiet things we used to do beneath the sky of hopeful blue. And it's not a ghost, it's just a thread. Sleeping in my weary head, a final and a hopeful bed. This old t-shirt smells like you, a memory that's fresh and new. The quiet things we used to do beneath the sky of hateful blue. inside this beautiful set car. And it's a quiet promise, soft and low, of a place where we will never go. Maybe it's a sweeter dream, the silent and the silver gleam, the spaces that are in between, the quietest I've ever been. We'll never go. The story's over, the book is closed. The feelings that I thought I froze are melting like the winter snows, and that's just the way it goes. I'm not the hero, not the saint. I'm messy and a hopeful pain, without a single sad complaint, a beautiful and sweet restraint. This is the final frame of a sad, sweet show. The hardest part is letting go, a quiet and a steady flow, a seed of hope that's meant to grow. settles on the town. Quiet in a heavy gown. I see the distant lights go down. The silent king without a crown. The air is still, the world asleep. The secrets that the shadows keep. Promises are buried deep. A harvest that I'll never reap. And I hear the last train on the wire, a burning and a sweet desire, a lonely and a funeral that takes my spirit higher. It's going somewhere I won't be. So beautifully and sadly free. A different and a brighter sea that isn't meant for me. And I hear the last train on the wire, a burning and a sweet desire, a lonely and a that takes my spirit higher. And in that sound I hear my name. The beauty of the losing game. The moth attracted to the flame, so beautifully and so untamed. And I hear the last train on the wire, a burning and a sweet desire, a lonely and a funeral pyre that takes my was never planned. Just the quiet hum of sleeping words, the secret life of lonely birds. And in the silence I can finally hear the fading of a foolish fear, a message that is finally clear, that I am meant to be right here. like a friend, a story that I know will end, a broken line I cannot mend, and so I'll just pretend. It sounded strange, it sounded new, so unfamiliar coming from you, a different and a hazy view of a love I thought I knew. And it's just a quiet, simple lake, for goodness and for pity's sake, the beautiful and sad mistake, the moment that a heart can break. You didn't shout, you didn't cry, you didn't even tell a lie. You just let the moment die beneath a cold and empty sky. And it's just a quiet, simple lake, for goodness and for pity's sake, the beautiful and sad mistake, the moment that a heart can And I wanted to ask you why, but I just gave a soft reply and watched the final moment die. A silent and a sweet goodbye.